folks, my name is Polis and today we need to have a bit of a discussion with the recent events with Team Fortress 2 and Team Fortress 2 Workshop. If you do not know, Valve has been very lacking in the caring department, and that has been pretty noticeable with a lack of updates, not having a major update for goddamn years, and quality control in the Team Fortress 2 Workshop. What has spearheaded this? Well, sad turn of events? Well, if you noticed last year's Smithmas update, we had buggy maps, a reskin map from previous Screen Fortress, and a map that was actually meant to be in Screen Fortress but was put into Smithmas, and it was an early access map. Still amazing map, by the way, I bloody love it, but come on, Valve. And add insult to injury, Valve approving very poor or low quality cosmetics that only fit a Christmas theme. And only a Christmas one. Not a winter theme that could be used all year round. Just Christmas. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means Valve's quality control is absolutely terrible. Because when the workshop was founded, Valve had a set of rules, a set of guidelines. And those guidelines were pretty simple. All workshop items must have a theme to it, so usually would be the Team Fortress 2 theme, keeps the art style intact, generally good quality stuff that fit the theme and art style of Team Fortress 2. Pretty basic stuff, and the community has done very well of sticking to that theme, until recently Valve decided to throw that all in the bin and neglect us all. But what doesn't help, however, recently various bad actors have been going to these creators and sending them death threats. That is not cool in any other level. You should not send death threats to people. It does not make your position worthy or great. It just makes you look like a jackass. Like, seriously, you don't send death threats to people. But we all know the bad actors will still do it regardless. Because anything on the internet, you think if you're anonymous, you'll get away with stuff, and that's not entirely true. Now, what's amplified it even further as various content creators have spread awareness of Valve's lack of quality control and given their 2 cents on the situation. Sassy Jesus made a pretty cool video explaining of Valve's lack of care and quality control with the workshop items. He somewhat has a go a bit at the content creators of the workshop, but otherwise just generally explain that Valve are the main issue, while also throwing his blunt 2 cents and his opinions. Now obviously, according to Whammo, more death threats have appeared for these creators, which is pretty shitty. And he showcased some of these comments, and they're pretty messed up. Now, am I saying, is it Sassy Jesus' fault? No. You can't condemn creators because of the action of bad actors. Normally, these bad actors are usually part of a small minority in various communities, and I would not be surprised they're mainly part of the TF2 community and not any other content creators community. As we all know, if you say, don't do this, you know a small minority are going to do it regardless. And it's quite sad, really, that people will go to these lengths to do these horrible things because they think, well, it has to be the content creators' faults as the reason we got this lack of good quality items. There is plenty of good quality items in Team Fortress 2 Workshop. But unfortunately, Valve are taking the lazy route and picking any cosmetic that fits the theme of Christmas rather than picking the theme of Team Fortress. And while you could say it's somewhat of the content creators' fault, the workshop creators' fault, for making these lazy items, it's a shared burden and responsibility, but mainly to Valve. They set these guidelines and standards they need to adhere to. They need to enforce it. And they're not. and because these items are being accepted, it gives the impression that anything is good enough to be accepted. And that is not very good. Valve sets an example and adds in items that are the example of what's acceptable. Valve adding these cosmetics proves that Valve thinks, oh, these are acceptable for Team Fortress 2, we'll add them in, and to other workshop creators, they'll think, well, what's the point of putting good effort into excellent quality content and cosmetics, taunts, and the such, if I could just make a half-assed item or a very easy, simple one, and knowing it will get passed. Like, Valve, you're better than this. It is quite sad, really. The Team Fortress 2 community is great. It's unfortunate that there's bad actors that ruin it for everyone. I have a lot of respect for content creators, particularly the workshop creators. I have a lot of top 5 and 10 videos showcasing their amazing work. And I have various content creators from the Steam workshop comment on my videos thanking me for showcasing their items. There's even situations where I showcased a few maps and those maps exploded in popularity. So there is some good stuff out there. But how can we as a community improve it? How can we get Valve to get the message? Simple. Vote for your wallet. The old saying goes, vote for your goddamn wallet. Don't buy the cases with the bad cosmetics. If Valve sees they're not making a lot of money from those cases, then maybe they'll go, right, let's put some more quality items in. And if they notice they're getting a lot more revenue, success. Another way to improve? Voting. Vote for good cosmetic items that have good quality to it, and downvote the ones that don't fit Team Fortress 2. Give positive criticism, positive comments that could help creators, and not negative ones and not death threats. They don't work, and it always ends badly. And to also understand that a lot of these people are everyday folks that have real life stuff going on, and being told to cease to exist, to put it gently, it's not very motivating to make quality items. And if the bad actors keep up with these bad behaviors, we will lose good content creators. It's bad enough that the YouTube scene is somewhat dying a bit, barring maybe the Gmod and SFM videos of Team Fortress 2. But the main reason we're getting cosmetic items, unusual taunts and maps is due to the creators of the workshop. If they go, Team Fortress 2 is going to have an even rougher future, seeing as we still got the bot problem. But that is my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Do you think the situation has been blown out of proportion, or do you think the community could be better than this? Because I miss the old days of Team Fortress 2, and I want to see that again. I'll see you all folks later. And with that said, have a good one.